I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Packaging Cosplay, and today we are back again with you guys with Steins Gate 0, episode 7. Last episode, people went into the lab with guns.
Again! Fuck! So yeah, I think it's not... I mean, we know definitely why they're here. I think they're here for Makise's lookalike. Her name I forgot again, but yeah. Mayuri's daughter in the future.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good. There was a look between, one of the professors, one of the foreigner professors looked at her when she went to the temple, and she was like, something weird is going on.
Yeah,
so,
that was suspicious.
Yes, and then after that, Braun saw someone spying on the people at the lab. So he made a call. I'm not sure, like you said, he would send someone dangerous up there with his daughter being present, but it still doesn't look good. And I mean, maybe, and Moika too, she knew they found her, and she was aware that they were looking for her, and she knew where she was going to be. So that doesn't sound that good for the characters that we want to root for, but unfortunately we can't.
Do you think that maybe Moika might be working for the woman foreigner professor?
I think they might all be working together if they're all linked to the same organization, but I mean, we will see. First of all, we need to see if Moika is with this group, but it is the same group as in Steins Gate, so I don't...
Did you say that the masks were different?
One of the masks was different, but the others weren't, so that's why I was like, oh, maybe Moika's not there, because the person with the main mask that we saw wasn't Moika. But then she could still come in, so yeah.
Yeah.
So let's jump in this episode, see if anyone dies. Hopefully not, because Hokarin cannot deal with this shit.
Yeah, and they didn't build a machine too, so they can save them.
It's true. No machine means no going back in time.
But they got Amadeus to help them out. So maybe, who knows?
Well, Amadeus can do shit.
Amadeus is Makise's past memories, so...
They could come up. And Hokarin did it.
They could come up with something.
Anyway, let's jump in this episode. Okay, something is gonna be changed.
And it's gonna be the only one to remember afterwards?
One thing we forgot is that S.E.R.N is not in Russia. S.E.R.N is in, it's supposed to be like a parody of something that's in Sweden. So, of a company that's in Sweden. So, but something is definitely going on in Russia, though. They have been, reports, and now earthquakes and stuff. So, maybe S.E.R.N is not the only one who's trying to make, do experiments on time travel, and that's what's going on. And we already know that if he's going through some effects of the reading Steiner, it's because someone messed with the timeline. So I don't know what's going to be changed, but now basically he has to go through season 2 with someone else changing the stuff, and he has to deal with the consequences without knowing what's been changed, and he's not in control of the machine. So, that's going to get confusing.
A huge pile of crap, guys.
But the thing I wanted to talk about is Suzu's mom. Yui, that's her name?
Do you think though that she could be involved? Because that would be highly convenient that she would be the girl.
The thing is, no, that wouldn't be convenient at all.
No, that'd be so obvious that she's the girl because she's her.
After this, yes, it's a bit too in our faces. So maybe they are trying to hide, the suspicion. But the fact is, last episode when I was editing, that's when I had that passing thought, and I forgot to talk about it in the opening, but when I was editing, I remember I heard her say stuff like, "Oh, I'm definitely interested in AIs," and then she, she couldn't make it to the party, and it so happened that it was the party where they got attacked. So for a second, I was like, I'm getting suspicious of her, but then I was like, come on, like she can't be bad. And then you've got this
Daru's future wife and Suzuha's mom.
But then, last episode, can we call it subtle? We didn't pick on it, we didn't talk about it at all. So can we say it was subtle last episode? The little calls to the possibility that she is involved?
I think that would be subtle, because we just passed them as just she's interested in the same thing as Daru.
But then if the calls are subtle,
thing that they both like.
Usually if the calls are subtle, it means that it's the right theory, that she is part of this group.
Shit. Daru, you know how to pick your wife. Seriously.
That would explain why she gets involved with them.
True. Like, she's gonna switch sides.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want her to be involved, but like that was way too ominous and suspicious. Even like not only the little clues last episode, but the fact that now she's hurt exactly where she got hit. Well, the girl got hit by Suzu.
Yeah.
And now the professors are not responding, and we know for a fact that, you know, the people that were looking for Kagori had a foreigner in it, in the group. So we thought it might have been the professor, and then the other professor, the girl, had that look last episode at Kagori right before they got attacked. So for sure it's
Mr. Braun also said that the code used by the new group that has been used by the Western side. So still again
foreigner, and there's Amadeus in it. Connections.
So yeah, the teachers are the professors are definitely involved in it.
But I don't know yet. I don't think they were in the group that attacked, though. I don't think either it was her.
Do you think that they might be on the same level that Mr. Braun and Yui's on the same level that Monica?
Well, in the future flash that we had a few episodes ago, he was sitting in a place that looked like a military base or something, and there was a guy with an accent that was talking to him. So if he's got,
that he looked like
so if he has that much power, you know, I would assume that yes, they are a pretty big organization.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did push. Like, I don't think they know how connected to Makise Okarin was, but since they figured out that he was very close to her, they pushed Amadeus on him a lot, so they could figure out if she could open a, you know, have emotions, be more human and stuff. Like, he's been pushing it so much. I'm like, maybe he is trying to get, you know, something out of Makise, like theories and you know, answers to questions that they have maybe about time travel.
Maybe.
I don't know. But at the very least, we have two suspects for the girl that was there, and it's not Moika. So that's settled. That makes sense.
I'm kind of glad that it's not Moika, to be honest.
Very glad. Well, she's still around her for certain, so...
She's still involved with FB, so she's technically still bad, but now they're working together, so...
Well, yes.
Now she's an ally?
Well, she's not doing anything, but Braun is helping, so there's that. And as for Moika, she had the potential to switch and basically change sides in the first season, so I'm sure she still has it. You just need to give her a place where she belongs.
True.
It's just that right now, every time that Okarin sees her, he's got massive flashbacks, so it's not good. But he's obviously involved. Like, he was trying to stay away from all this shit, and now, like, he's got Braun forcing him to figure out who's, you know, after Kagori, and he's involved with Kagori already, so he needs to figure out just for her sake. And the people that were in his lab when it happened, you know, they've been seen, so there's a good chance that they're at risk too.
Yeah.
So
they got huge targets on their backs now.
He's been trying ever since the beginning of the season to run away from the problems, but the problems caught up to him for sure. So yeah.
What do you think about the fact that Rukako and Mayuri wants to be involved,
and
Okarin doesn't want them to be?
I get it on both sides. I think Mayuri had the same problem in the first season. You know, it's just that she didn't complain about it. You know, she was just saying stuff that she understood why no one told her anything. She understood that she couldn't help anyone. But that puts her in a very alone bubble, you know, compared to her group of friends.
And a risky position too, because she's technically involved because she's with them, but she's not aware what's going on.
I was thinking when Rukako was saying stuff like, I hate when I don't know stuff, and I was thinking being ignorant is not going to stop him from getting shot if something like this happens again, you know?
True.
It's just going to make it harder for him to
understand why he got shot in the first place.
Yeah. So, but I get why, like, I understand how Suzu explained it, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, he's been through so much. He's seen a lot of changes. He wants to forget, you know, the past timeline in which he's been through so much trauma, and he wants to move on from that life. So having one person that's not linked or doesn't remember Makise at all, doesn't have, you know, heavy connections with what happened in the first season, and, you know, keeping him away from that, from the new information that gives him one person that is completely part of this new timeline that's, you know, that doesn't have any trauma in it.
Much like a breath of fresh air, right?
It's kind of like he's a life preserver.
Yeah.
You know, he's sinking, and Rugako is kind of like the life preserver that keeps him sane sometimes.
Unfortunately, Rugako is the one who is the life preserver, so yeah.
But I get Rugako. Like, you don't want to. You want to be part of this group, and you pretend that you're all friends, but then they deliberately leave you out of the important stuff.
I'll be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not as sweet as he is, so I'll be pissed.
Yeah, so I get it, and at the same time I get Okarin, and it's not just, you know, how he feels about it. Like, if Rukako and Mayuri have one chance of being left out of all the shit that he's already dealt with, I would be like, well, take your chance, you know. The thing is, they don't know what they are in for. You know, they don't know the possibility for the trauma, for the consequences and stuff. So they want to be a part of it, but Okarin has been there already, so I think he's also like, you don't want to go there, so I'm going to save you the trouble before it gets worse.
They don't know that they don't want to be involved in it?
Like, Dada is already involved because Suzu is there, and he's the one that builds the time machine, and he knows enough. Okarin is in there because he's got the reading Steiner and the brain and the connection to Makise.
Yep.
Makise was in there from the beginning because she built the machine, and now she's dead because of that. And Maho is involved because she works with the professors and Amadeus. But the others, if they have a chance of, you know, getting out of this situation without being killed or traumatized for life, if I was Okarin, I would also be like, go!
Mayuri know that Suzuha is Daru's daughter, right?
Yes, but the thing with Mayuri is that she's always been able, or at least the way Okarin sees it, she's always been able to still go on with a smile and not care and not, you know, do something actively important for the case. She's just around to, kind of like what they said in the first season, give them heart and hope and make them breathe sometimes when it gets too much. But she's never actually done anything linked to the machine or, you know, in relation to Makise, or in this case, you know, Kagori, or anyone. She's just the victim. At least that's how I think Okarin sees it.
Well, I don't see it like that. She's not the brain of the team. She's not the brawn of the team, but she's the heart of the team.
No, I'm just saying that, and for Okarin, I don't think that he would see her as necessary for them to, you know, keep her around in the loop. Because, like, it's not so much like he doesn't want her around, it's that she doesn't need to be around.
Yeah, I
you know, it's not, she doesn't have to suffer. She doesn't have to, where he has to. It's his responsibility.
She already is suffering enough because of Okarin.
I know, but
she's already suffering.
He doesn't see it that way, though, so...
He should be. Because by not alleging the fact that she's already in it, he's making her suffer more.
He's keeping her out, and that hurts her. But then he's seen her die 1,000 times, so we can give him a break. I think she doesn't know what he's been through, so yeah, we can give him a break. Anyway, we have more questions now than we had last episode, but things have started to go fast, I think. Things have started to pick up and get more interesting, so I'm excited for next episode. Hopefully it keeps, you know, no one dies and stuff. We know where this show ends, but at the same time we don't want them to suffer more than they have to, so
I really hope that Yui's not involved in it for Daru's sake, because she's supposed to be switching
and Suzu's sake.
And Suzu's sake too, but
if she is involved, we know she changes sides eventually, unless she played a double life like her entire existence. That would suck. Like massively, that would massively suck.
Yeah.
If she played if she was a double agent the entire time, that would be so bad. But hopefully it's the other scenario where they figured it out, but then she switched sides. So,
or maybe we're just seeing too much in it. That would be the best option, but
well, no, we're not imagining anything. They definitely planted that. Ouch! Like I hurt myself for a reason.
Yeah.
And we don't believe in coincidences.
No, we don't.
So
not in that show. So no, we don't.
We will move on and see if we can figure out if she's a bad person. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description.
Yep, and if you don't know for the next one to be out on YouTube. So we're gonna see you next week, guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye!